So I wanted one last Indian meal.
In the first class section of this oh my God. Oh, it's comfy.
Welcome to Delhi!
We're here outside Delhi Airport and we just landed from the Air India A350 flight, but that was domestic. It was good, wasn't it?
It was great.
Well, next up, we know we need to test Air India on a long-haul international flight, so we're going to take their 777 service.
We certainly are. We're going to be flying from here in Delhi all the way to London in all three classes. So Nikki, how are you flying?
I'm going fancy. I'm going to try out that infamous Air India first class.
Ooh,
Maz?
and I will be flying business class.
Which means I'm back to economy.
Well, on that note, I think we should enjoy Delhi for the rest of the afternoon because we have an early start tomorrow when we pick up this flight. Let's go chill.
Let's
do
go. Good morning from Delhi's Indira Gandhi Airport.
Bloody hell, it feels early. Well, it is early. It's 5 a.m. and today it's time. First class Air India on the 777.
Look, Air India long haul hasn't got the best reputation in the world, but having flown Air India domestic a few times this week, I've actually been really impressed with what I've seen. So I've got high hopes today. That and the fact it's on an old Etihad plane means that this could be a better experience than a lot of people are expecting. Well, I'm here in the economy check-in area and I'm absolutely whizzing through, which is what we like to see.
First class, empty. It's actually roped off. I don't even know how to get in here. Maybe I just do it myself. That felt kind of naughty.
Hello. Good, how are you? That was a really smooth and easy check-in. There was absolutely no lines. Again, an Air India special of having a little red carpet up until the check-in desk to make you feel extra special.
Thanks so much. It's a slightly chaotic terminal, a slightly chaotic airport, but it doesn't feel it at the Air India first class check-in. I was the only person.
Check-in was super speedy, but I will say security took quite a while, about 25, 30 minutes.
There's a special first class and business class immigration line which made it super quick, but security, even though it was like a special line, it's just always a bit crazy in India. So they took every single item out of my bag separately, especially my camera gear. What I go through to make these videos, you know?
There was still a bit of a queue for myself, but I'm really glad that I still have a bit of time to check out Air India's Maharaja Lounge. So I've just sat down at Air India's lounge and first impressions are that I really like the ambiance. The lighting is nice, there's ample seating. In terms of food, there's quite a lot of continental options and a couple of Indian options, which is exactly what I wanted because I wanted one last Indian meal before I left. I'm about to go for some rice, some sambar and some coconut chutney, so I'm very excited.
So there's a separate first class section in the Air India lounge, which is completely empty. It's all just seating. There's quite a random buffet thing going on, and there seems to be some showers, but they're locked. I've been to another one of the lounges in this terminal, and it was pretty amazing, actually. And so this, by comparison, to me, is a little bit disappointing. It's not going to blow your mind in here. One thing you'll not go short of here is water.
Here we go, about to board business class.
Oh, here we go, moment of truth, about to board this Air India 777 for the first time. Here we go.
Namaste, hi.
Yeah, of course. Thank you. Ooh, fresh buttermilk. I've never tried this. Ooh, that's got like a little tangy kick. I like it. Thank you so much.
Welcome on board this Air India 777 first class suite. Now, if you recognise this seat, it's because this plane is an ex-Etihad jet, and this is what Etihad supplied in its first class cabin on these 777s. It's a pretty wide, spacious, lovely product. you're going to be comfy in here. Although it's definitely showing signs of age, bit of wear and tear here and there, but overall a really lovely spacious cabin. The standout feature here is the sliding closing door, so you're able to enclose yourself in this suite. The seat is wide, it's padded and comfortable with this leather finish. There's a couple of storage options. There's a storage box just to your left-hand side and also a wardrobe ahead of you, and bags can be stored under the ottoman in front of you. The ottoman actually has a seat above it, so if you wanted to dine with somebody, you could sit with them, and there's a large tray table that comes out of the unit here. Right ahead of you is a large IFE screen. It's not the biggest I've ever seen for first class, but it's a decent size. Sometimes in these big suites, they feel a little bit small. This is great for watching a movie. The seat has this huge adjustable headrest with a little Air India antimacassar. Did you know that was called an antimacassar? Fact for you there. And of course, this seat reclines out into a fully flat bed, which we're definitely going to test out later. When you arrive to your seat, there are a couple of pillows, one silky smooth, one fluffy, smaller blanket, and then more comprehensive bedding for when you want to make your bed up. Looks like there's a mattress topper here and a more like velvety, duvet-ish kind of blanket. The first class cabin on this Air India 777 is arranged in a 1-2-1 configuration. There's just 2 rows, so there's only 8 seats in this entire cabin. Quite refreshing.
So I've just got to my seat, so it's time to give you the grand tour. First impressions are that it's very comfy, nice and wide, and on the right there is a controls panel which controls the seats recline and the lighting. Below it we have the TV remote, and behind we have a bottle holder, and in front we have a coat hanger and a tray table which slides out and rolls out like so. And as far as tray tables go, this is quite literally the sturdiest one, made out of steel, and it's nice and wide, so perfect if I want to use my laptop and do some work later. Below we have 2 charging options, a power socket and a USB port, and in front we have my screen, a place to stretch out my legs, and below a little cubby hole where I can place my shoes. The only annoying thing is that my TV remote is definitely broken, meaning I won't be able to watch any TV series or movies.
Well, welcome to Economy Seat 17A on this Air India X Etihad 777. Let me give you a quick tour of my seat. So first things first, the seat itself feels relatively comfortable. It's, you know, a tight-ish fit, and the aircraft does feel a little bit dated, but definitely not bad for economy. I have this headrest behind me, which doesn't seem to slide up or down, but there are some little wing flaps that you can use to give yourself a bit of support. Down to my left, I've got an armrest, which isn't adjustable. It's a little bit plasticky, definitely no padding there. And then out in front of me, I have an IFE screen, which is sort of the size of 2 of my hands, basically. It is touch screen, or if you want, you can opt to control it with the little remote below. Also on the seat back, we've got a few other fun things, including this little coat hook. Don't have a coat to hang today. There's a number of charging ports in the seat back as well, including USB. You have a little socket here for, you know, something that looks like it's straight out of 1980s. Definitely don't have anything to put in there. Likewise for this little port below, there is also a handy plug, which is always great to see. We obviously have the tray table out in front of us along with a cup holder, so if you want to put a bottle or a cup of tea or something in there, you can do that. Tray table flicks out like this, and you can have it set at one level, or if you want it to get a bit bigger, you can flip it over, and that's not bad for economy, fairly standard size, I have to say. And then down below, my bag is sort of getting in the way of my footroom at the moment, but without that, it would be fairly standard. Okay, now let's see how Air India does in the all-important recline test. That is actually not too bad. There definitely is some reclines. Look, it's not the best in the world, but I'll take it. The economy cabin is laid out in a 3x4x3 configuration. I'm actually in a separate mini economy section here, but I would say the flight looks very full and it's already feeling rather cramped, and I haven't even taken off yet.
You want to see all the amenities you get? Of course you do. Let's have a look. So we've got the headphones in the lovely case. We've got a pair of slippers. Ooh, soft fluffy soles. We've got these Tumi branded pajamas. And inside this, we have, ta-da, an eye mask, sockies, skincare kit from Malin and Guts, sustainable dental kit, an Air India branded pen, ASMR. Oh my God, and this, which I know what this looks like from my bag, this is a little leather tag that you can take to Tumi and get embossed with your initials, and I guess have it added, oh yeah, onto here, so you can have a personalized Tumi case. That's pretty cool.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So the stewardesses just passed me my amenity kit, but to my absolute surprise, also gave me pajamas. This is so special, and they are so soft. I mean, look at that. I honestly cannot wait to get changed into these. A replenishing facial mist. Oh my gosh, yes. A nice cream blanket, and not one, but 2 pillows. The first being so fluffy, Liam would be so proud. And the second, my gold satin pillow, it's back. If you've seen our other Air India video where we reviewed the new A350, you'll know that I was so excited by this.
Show you some of the amenities that came with my ticket today. So first up, we've got this luxurious, lovely, big, fluffy pillow. No, I'm just kidding. It's a pretty standard pillow for economy. 3 or 4 on the fluffy scale, maybe even a 2. Quite firm. Bit of a scratchy, tough pillow, but at least it is a pillow. And then to complement the pillow, we have a blanket, of course. And what I do like about the Air India blankets is that they have the Air India branding on them. It's the same one that I had in premium economy earlier on the A350. And there you go, that's a decent blanket, and it doesn't feel like poor quality. It's sort of quite nicely stitched together. And then my final goodie on board are these Air India reusable headphones.
Thank you so much. So my breakfast has just come and it looks absolutely incredible. I have gone for the pindi chana, which is a chickpeas tossed with spices, served with spiced Indian cottage cheese, tempered potatoes with peanuts, spinach, and corn galette and pickle. So in addition to my pindi chana, we also have some fresh fruit, some pastries, a mango yogurt, and a watermelon smoothie with chia seeds. Well, that was delicious and very much worth the wait. I loved how aromatic and fragrant it was, and the spices running through, it just made it so much richer and warming. Kind of puts UK breakfast to shame, really. So good, it deserves a dance.
So there's a comprehensive menu available in Air India First Class. It's a pretty decent mix of both Western and Indian food, but I feel like on Air India, you've got to lean Indian to get the best of what they have to offer. But first up, kicking off with a cappuccino. Cappuccino comes with sugar in it, and it's a pre-mixed cappuccino. So if you like your coffee sweet, you're in the right place. So I've gone for the traditional South Indian breakfast. It's vegetarian. It's an oatmeal kesar veg upma, medu vada, and bodu masala dosa. Masala dosa is my thing. So it's by no means bad at all. It's not going to blow your mind. Oh, now that is good. This watermelon smoothie is thick, sweet, juicy. This is really nice. Well, I've sort of almost finished my breakfast, but cup of tea and cinnamon swirl. This actually could end up being the best thing of the breakfast. Oh, this is good. I like it.
I've just had my breakfast brought out to me just over an hour after departing, and we've got a bottle of water, mango yogurt, croissant, and let's open this up. Is an omelette, some sausages, and some potatoes. So, definitely didn't go with the authentic Indian experience today, unfortunately, but that looks okay. And yeah, let's dig in and give this a go. So everything tastes absolutely fine. The omelette is actually probably the best bit, and it actually has some little peppers cooked into it as well. The sausages are more like Frankfurter style sausage rather than like your traditional breakfast sausage. Potatoes are pretty plain, and on the whole it's a fairly beige breakfast meal here. Definitely not the worst thing I've ever had on the plane before in economy, definitely not the best. So I've got my croissant here. It comes with a bit of butter as well. I wouldn't say that tastes like it's fresh out of the bakery, but it's sweet. It'll do. And then finally, I have a mango yogurt. That's actually really sweet, quite a refreshing way to end the meal. It's funny, the yogurts in India are all very thin, they're not that thick. That concludes a pretty standard economy meal.
Well, after a little rest, what better time for the call bell challenge?
Let's see how Air India do today.
Somebody came past then. I thought they came in a split second. Hi, could I just get a cup of tea? Well, that person that walked past wasn't the crew, but the crew did come incredibly quick. Good job.
So I woke up from my nap really excited to do the call bell challenge, but then I realized my remote doesn't work, meaning nothing happens when I press the call bell. I'm bummed. Sorry guys for this one. I'm out.
Well, Air India have just gone past the 20-minute mark. I'm starting to get a bad feeling this call bell isn't going to be answered. Well, to be fair to Air India, they have just brought out a second meal service, which is actually pretty decent size. It's a full lunch. I've got the chicken and rice. They're definitely not scrimping on the food, which is good to see.
So now it's time for the main event. We're gonna have our lunch. Just fresh, it's simple, it's good. Spicy, warm, that's delicious. Well, they've presented quite the dessert, and with a little note. They say, thank you for choosing to fly with Air India. It was a pleasure to have you on board today. Looking forward to have you back with us soon. I'm looking forward to it too.
Well, with just 50 minutes to go of the flight, my main meal has finally arrived. And thank goodness, because I'm really hungry. But the food does look really tasty. As far as plain food goes, it was really good. As far as a business class meal goes, it was okay. It was fragrant, it had nice spices coming through again, but it didn't quite pack the same punch as the breakfast. So I've just changed into my pajamas, and one of the lovely crew members just made my bed, which is a sentence I never thought I would say. I'm feeling very, very special and spoiled at the moment. The only annoying thing is that my TV remote is definitely broken, but when your seat fully reclines and even has a massage built into it, you can't really complain. TPG, you just spoil me every time. Good morning. Oh, it feels so good to have been able to stretch my legs and just wake up from a nap. I really hope that Liam managed to get some sleep, because I did hear a lot of crying babies and noise back there. But now that I've woken up, I thought this would be a great time to talk about the seat's privacy, because it was a little bit of an issue for me last night. Because there's no partition between myself and my neighbor, I would often find that we'd wake up in the middle of the night, face to face like this, and it would just be a little bit awkward. If you are booking Air India's business class 777, definitely try and snag a window seat, because it has the best privacy.
I think it's high time I get into my Air India pajamas and make up this bed. I think these are pretty nice, don't you? So as a bed, this suite is super wide, super long, nice and square. There's a mattress pad, but it's not that thick. It sort of does the job. One thing I would have liked would be like a much bigger pillow. This is kind of like a little pillow. You get these kind of even like premium economy products sometimes. So a big juicy pillow would have gone better with this. And with the door shut, this feels like such a cozy, lovely enclosed space. On that note, good night. Thanks so much, bye. Well, there we have it, Air India first class. Now, I wasn't sure how this was going to be, and I think my expectations were just about exceeded.
So I have just made it back to London Heathrow, and what can I say? That was a bit of a mixed flight. Some real highs, some real lows.
And look, I apologise if I look a little bit dishevelled, but that probably is something to do with the flight. I would be lying to you if I said that was a comfortable way to travel for 9 hours.
Let's start with the little hiccups. A broken remote, not being able to do the call bell challenge, not being able to turn off my light, or even watch TV, the privacy issue. However, there were some highs, such as the incredible breakfast meal, and of course, the novelty of being able to lie flat on a bed. Because I was able to get a good sleep, I'm not really complaining.
The plane just felt dated. I was quite cramped up by the end, but other things kept going wrong. They never answered my call bell. The IFE didn't work very well. It was quite glitchy. One of my headphones didn't work either. After a while, the negatives did really start to rack up. The food was decent. There's plenty of it. In fact, you get 2 full meals, you get drink service, snacks, all that kind of thing. It's definitely good for economy.
The one shining light in all of this was the food. Breakfast, bit of a non-starter, but lunch, it was a feast and it was delicious. The seat, you know, it's an old Etihad first class seat. It is a good seat, but it's seen better days. The plane felt like it was starting to age, especially when I've just been on this brand new Air India A350, which just blew this product out the water. The service was really good, the cabin crew were friendly, but I did find on the flight they were so proud of their new uniforms and their new aircraft that it just elevated the service. They were excited. It felt like this crew were ready for that change, and I'm ready to see that change too. So that was Air India on the 777 from Delhi to London. Done.